they can't stand the facts. A lot is in saying they can't stand this raps. I'm so Buffalo like I'm Bandana Black. I'm from the 716. We determined and we discipline. Oh, that's your man. Better get him for you missing that.
DJ Bandana.
Hey yo, what's good? It's DJ Bandana Black, Mr. Well Connected, even more respected, Mr. Hashtag I am Buffalo. Hope everybody is doing good. I hope everybody's doing safe. This video is going to be a little bit different than most of my videos. I know I usually start the videos off with a funny intro. This video is not for you. Well, honestly, this video hopefully is for you. And I want to start off by saying the purpose of this video, here's the purpose of this video, is not just to give the news or give updates, what happened with FBG Duck or the truth about FBG Duck. We are going to get into that, but I'm hoping that somebody watches this video and maybe changes their mindset so the same thing doesn't happen to them. And I'm going to explain it fully. So yeah, there's no funny intro or anything on this video. First of all, I want to say condolences to FBG Duck family, his friends, his peoples, definitely his kids. I heard he had about 3 or 4 kids. I have kids also too. So I mean, that kind of hits home with the FBG Duck thing. And I want to say that please listen to the what I'm saying and the point of what I'm actually saying. I know a lot of people, I'm just going to say it up front, a lot of people that's from Chicago, just because of the culture that's in Chicago, if they're watching this video, you may feel slightly offended by what I'm about to say, but honestly, understand that what I'm saying is for a purpose. Please watch the whole video and understand what I'm actually saying. So rest in peace, FBG Duck. First thing I want to say is this, right? You know, a lot of times people say, when you rap about killing or you rap about drugs and squad, gang, all this other stuff like that too, you're kind of glorifying death. You're kind of asking for it. You know, a lot of people would say that. I wouldn't personally say that, honestly, because I grew up in the hood. I grew up in the neighborhood. I'm from the east side of Buffalo. I'm actually the other side of New York, also in the other side of New York, Buffalo, New York. Shouts out to Mario Grand too for the t-shirt. But I'm from the east side of Buffalo, a neighborhood called Central Park, which is the worst neighborhood in my city, probably one of the worst neighborhoods in the state of New York, and lost a lot of friends growing up. Seen a lot of killing, seen a lot of my friends die up there too. So my outlook on things is a little bit different than a lot of these other YouTubers or reporters. I know a lot of people get on here, and not just to keep down in academics, but I know a lot of people like that will get on here. Oh well, somebody just got made into a pack, or they about to come do this, they about to come down home, all that too. I come from a different standpoint on things. I've been on both sides of it. And honestly, I'll say it like this, right? You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people be saying that while you're rapping about this different stuff, you're glorifying it. Me personally, I wouldn't judge an artist for rapping about killing, rapping about gang culture, rapping about growing up in the hood, things that go on. Because unfortunately, that's the harsh reality of a lot of us that grew up. Now, if you're an artist, like, say for an artist like even FBG Duck, artists like FBG Duck, rest in peace, Lil Durk, those type of artists who actually lived through that stuff, who was actually around that type of stuff, actually did that type of stuff, then if they're rapping about it, they're only rapping about their reality. When you look at an artist like 6ix9ine, who actually didn't do any of that, who's actually rapping about it, the message can get confusing. A lot of people can listen to him and think that that's the way to go, or that's the cool thing to do. That's the difference between rapping about your reality and just rapping for money and just for clout. If you're rapping about your reality, I'm one of the people who, honestly, even as a DJ, I will never down somebody for rapping about what they rap about. But I do want to give some insight on some things, right? The first thing I'm going to talk about is laughing at people who died. FBG Duck, unfortunately, was guilty of doing it. I know a lot of his enemies did the same thing about his loved one. So I can't judge it either way, because honestly, I've done the same thing. When my loved one, when my uncle got killed, I'm be honest with you, I laugh at the person that died, that killed my uncle, because of the way that they died. It was just like, damn, karma hit this person. And then just recently lost a friend, and getting on social media and seeing people laughing, are we smoking this pack, or we did this, is one person died and 60 people want to claim it. I don't know why you want to claim a body anyways, but that's just how these how the youth is. And the fact about laughing about death, like I said, I gotta be fair, FBG Duck, he just came out with a song called what was the name of the FBG joint? Something Bees. Hang on one second. What was the? Because I want to make sure I'm doing facts. Hang on one second. Okay, yeah, FBG Duck recently, actually 3 weeks ago, just put out a song called Dead Bees. And I'm not saying the B word because on YouTube, and I don't want this to get monetized, because I want this to reach as many people as possible. So when you do a song like Dead Bees and you're talking about your dead enemies and stuff like that too, like I said, I'm not judging you either way because I've done the same thing. I learned from it because me laughing at the person that killed my uncle, I felt that same hurt when people were laughing at one of my friends that got killed. And I'm not saying this, I can't honestly tell you whether it was right or wrong because at the time it was funny to me, but I can tell you that it hurts different when it's somebody who you actually love. And we got to break that cycle. It's not cool to, once, I'm the type of person like this, right? If me and you got murder beef and you die, I don't care whether it's in a car accident or anything like that too, I'm never talking bad about you again. Like beef should die once that person is no longer here. You shouldn't keep going on with the circle, just repeating the same circle. And I'm saying it for your kids and for your mom because you wouldn't want your kids. I understand we all got homies, we got friends, fellow gang members and all that too. But honestly, when you die, a few months after you die, you don't mean the same to those people. Yeah, they may put you on a T-shirt or name a neighborhood or something after you, but the people that's gonna hit at home the hardest every single day is gonna be your kids and your mom. So for your kids and your mom, just out of respect to them, you shouldn't do that because you're bringing bad energy in yourself. So when you laughing at dead ops or calling them dead bees or something like that too, and I'm not really not trying to be disrespectful. I'm trying to prove a point. Even when his ops is doing the same thing, you got to look at it as you do that, and your son 3 years from now get on Facebook, get on YouTube, and see a video called "Dead," whatever your name is. Think of how that's gonna make your kid feel. So for the simple fact of your kid or your mother seeing that, we got to break that cycle. And it's so bad that a lot of these artists rap about their reality. They get deals. They have hot songs like FBG Duck song "Slide," one of my favorite Chicago songs. Period. FBG Duck "Slide" and what was his name? King Louis. The Who the F is These Ends? That joint. Two of my favorite Chicago artists. Like I'm a heavy gamer. When I play Call of Duty, listening to FBG Duck "Slide" really just put me in that zone to have a good time playing the game. But when you look at the harsh reality of it, that we're just repeating the cycle. So when you rap about your reality and you finally get a deal, you finally make money. The point is to get out of the hood. The point is to get out of the hood. Make sure that your kids, your family don't have to go through the same things that you went through. It's pointless for you to make all of this money, still be in the streets, still saying this stuff. Well, you don't have to be in the streets. When you have a certain amount of money, you don't have to be in the streets. And I'm not just saying FBG Duck specifically because I don't want to make this just about him. I want to be, honestly, this is from the heart. I'm trying to be respectful with it. The point is to change that cycle so your kids won't have to go through the same thing. If you make $1 million off a rap and you rap about the same thing and somebody clip you, that money just went to your funeral. Your kid's not going to enjoy that money. Your kids would enjoy you being there, present, being alive. And just, I know when I was young, my mom always told me that life and death is in the power of the tongue. And honestly, that's true. Like, you can speak your own death. If you look at a lot of the interviews that FBG Duck did, or if you look at a lot of interviews and videos and stuff that even FBG Wooski, or just different people in general who rapped about stuff and just kept disrespecting the dead and stuff like that, and you see what happened to them, the outcome of what happened to them is just, it's an unfortunate situation. Like, you work, so you go through war, because it honestly is war. Like, I know it's not like Iraq war, but growing up in Chicago, Detroit, Buffalo, Brooklyn, New York City, different stuff like that too, it honestly is a war. And a lot of these kids is too young to really realize that you're really in a war, but you make it out of it doing something positive, which is music, and then you just stay around and die. Like, what would be the purpose of it? Again, rest in peace to FBG Duck. I'm not saying that he asked for this, but just being blunt, being real with you guys on this channel. I always try to be 100 with you guys, whether you agree or whether you disagree. If you sign up for a certain lifestyle, even if you look at the interview that FBG Duck did with Vlad TV, he even said, I know everybody want me. I know people want me up out of here, but I got all these guns like that. They'll never catch me slipping because the way that I move, we move militant, we move different. I'm like a ghost. But then you wearing guns around your neck and you pointing guns and stuff at the camera, and you talk. It's really the talking about dead people. Like, once one of your ops is gone, even if they killed your brother, just out of, like I said, out of respect to your kids and your mother, let it go. We got to break the cycle, because you can really, it's all about energy. You can really bring that bad energy around you, because, say for example, you talk bad about, like, I'll give me as an example, right? Say somebody clipped me, God forbid that doesn't happen. Say somebody clipped me, right? And everybody, yeah, we smoking black packs, we smoking bandana packs, whatever like that. It may be one of my cousins from out of town who don't know anything about any of this, who will come up and pop your top. That really what I got cousins that's really like that, that's really living like that. So when you bring that type of energy around you, you gotta accept what comes with it. And FBG Duck, I can honestly say, just really listening to his music and watching a lot of his interviews, he accepted the fact that he was in his lifestyle. He said, yo, I done did things to people and people want to do things to me. That's one of the things that I respect about him. Like I said, when you're an artist, you're rapping about real stuff that you actually went through, can't fault you for that. It's unfortunate, but I just wanted to share that with you guys. Hopefully somebody, not even young people, because there's people my age that's still doing this. Like I said, I recently just lost a few friends, and I had to delete a lot of people off of social media because it's just laughing at somebody that's dead. Like, you think about if it was your kids or your mother, would you want them seeing that same thing? And another thing too, for the media, I want to say this for the other media that's out there. If you're a YouTuber, if you TMZ, if you Baller Alert, any of those people, and you're sharing videos of somebody actually dying, like I seen a video of the whole FBG Duck while he's on the ground, that is totally disrespectful. And you're bringing, even if you're not in the streets and you share a video like that, you're bringing that same energy to yourself. So if something happened to you, somebody pop your top and they showed it, and your mom just happened to be on Facebook and see you rolling around on the ground basically dying, and they had to live with that, you brought that energy on yourself. I mean, granted, things do happen to innocent people. Sometimes people do get a bad deal. People just, it's a rough situation. Like this FBG Duck thing, like I said, I didn't know him personally. We did have some interactions as far as like online, like on some music type stuff. Like I said, I honestly didn't know him personally, but just through interviews and through his music, and just seeing that he finally made it out. I remember one interview he was saying how when Chief Keef and all them blew up, they were kind of, their side was kind of like blackball. Like if you from 63rd, I don't understand the whole 63rd O Block thing, but I guess it's just different neighborhoods. We got the same thing here in Buffalo, where it's like we don't really have like, we got gangs too, but it's more broken down into like neighborhoods and crews like that too. But when you rapping about that type of stuff, and you just the whole thing about dead people, leave people, let God deal with that. When somebody dead, let God, once they're no longer on this earth, let God deal with that. I don't think that's anybody's place, no matter what they did, to continue on that cycle out of respect to your mother and to your actual kids. But I want to hear from you, Bandana fam. How do y'all feel about this situation? There was, like I said, early reports about FBG Duck, a bunch of crazy stories going around. That's why I didn't really do a video on it right away. But they're saying now that I guess there was 2 cars that put up, 4 people hopped out, and there was some sort of exchange of gunfire. Unfortunately, FBG Duck passed away. Somebody else got shot, and a young lady who I believe didn't have anything to do with it at all was also shot too. I know this is an open case. So as far as specific rappers who's online right now, basically glorifying this and making it seem like they did it, one, that's stupid. Why would you want? You realize there's no like, what is it called? There's no. You can murder somebody today, and there's no, what is it called? I forgot the name of it, but you can murder somebody today and they can still charge you with it 20 years from now. But you can have a drug charge in 7 years, it'll go away, whatever like that. But there's no like stipulations or no limit of you being actually charged with murder. So I think that's goofy. That's goofy activity if you didn't actually do something to somebody, for you to be faking like you claimed it. And I also think it's goofy activity for you to put up a video like that. The person that filmed that should be ashamed of themselves, putting that on social media. Imagine if his family didn't know about it yet. That was the first thing they seen him laying there like that. It's an unfortunate situation. I know I'm not from Chicago. I know we don't, people that's not from Chicago, I know a couple people that's there tied in with a couple people in Chicago, but I know it's a whole different culture. You may not understand the way that things work. That's just that, to us it may be shocking, like to somebody die and say, oh, we smoking on this person type of pack, whatever. But for me it's not shocking because they do the same thing here. But that's just one of those things of how it goes. But I want to hear from you, Bandana fam. Y'all hop in the comments, let me know how y'all feel about this FBG Duck situation. Do you honestly think that is wrong to talk about somebody after they die? I think we have to break that cycle. I think it starts with our generation. So the generation that's coming up from up under us won't go through the same thing. If we're all doing the same thing, if you keep doing the same thing, you're going to get the same results. So if we're doing the same thing and repeating the same circle, your kids are going to go through the same thing, or they have a better chance of going through the same thing. But if you as a man, like I was so proud of FBG Duck when he did the, what was the joint? Chicago Legends, where he was even shouting out people who were legends in Chicago that he may not even have liked. I thought it was dead with that, but then people were still saying stuff on the other side, and he was still saying stuff on his side. So I can't fault either way. I'm not blaming FBG Duck. Like I said, he was a man and took what came with it. It's DJ Bandana Black, Mr. Well Connected, even more respected, Mr. Hashtag I Am Buffalo. I'm out.
DJ Bandana.
Squeeze extra tap on the trigger. What Gucci saying a rapper? I'm a grave digger, y'all artificial. I'm self-made, nigga capping on his block. That's where he laid, nigga. We ain't worried about the ops. We shoot for days, nigga. Last time they slid, I think they grazed, nigga.